Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Hey, everyone. It's Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures, and I'm here today to announce the most epic Nostalgiathon on the planet. It is a wonderful Readathon and Watchathon that's going to be happening in April, and it's called Old School April. I am so excited about this Readathon Watchathon because I was born in 1969 and grew up in the 70s and 80s and have children that grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. Old School is all about entertainment from 2003 and earlier. So anything that is during that time period counts as old school. I can't wait to walk down memory lane and revisit a lot of my favorites from childhood and my teen years. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The great thing about this Readathon and Watchathon is what you plan to read or watch during the month of April can be from that time period, but it also could have retro flair, which means that it is a newer television show or movie or book, but has the vibes from the old school time period. Another fun component of Old School April is that we are having a friendly competition based on the 90s kids show Legends of the Hidden Temple. Now, you do not have to be familiar with that game show because I never watched it in order to participate. Basically, we are going to earn points for the prompts that we complete during Old School April. If you want to participate in the team event, all you have to do is join one of the 3 teams. Now, I am on Silver Snakes, and I'm wearing my Silver Snake shirt. So excited. And there is Blue Barracudas as well as Purple Parrots. So you join a team, and every time you complete a prompt, you will tell us what you did in the Discord. That is an Old School April. I'm going to put the link in the description box. If you don't do Discord, that's okay, because we also have an Instagram, Old School April, and you can DM your proof of what you have completed in that message, and we will get the points. Again, Silver Snakes, my team, Blue Barracudas, and Purple Parrots. Every prompt that you complete earns a point, which essentially earns your team a pendant. And there are 3 ways that you can earn points or pendants for this challenge. You can participate in the Readathon, you can participate in the Watchathon, and there are also some fabulous bonus prompts as well. In addition, we are having an online slumber party on Saturday, April the 29th. We will be having sprints, we will have activities, we will have games, and we will also have the showdown between the 2 teams with the most points or pendants in this competition, and they will duke it out to see who will be the champions of Old School April. To make Old School April even more epic, we are partnering with April over at Apple and Alchemy on Instagram, where she will be hosting Sick Sad April, a 30-day photo prompt challenge, and it's all based on the 90s. So if you participate in Sick Sad April, you can earn a point or a pendant for every photo prompt that you complete. The beauty of this event is that you do not need to participate on a team in order to participate in Old School April. You can do whatever you want to do for this event, participate as much as you want. You determine your involvement in Old School April. Before I talk about the prompts, let me introduce you to the fantastic hosts of Old School April. For Team Blue Barracudas, we have Kelsi at Slime and Slashers, Elizabeth at Elizabeth Sagewood, Alex at The Bookubus, and Andrew at It Came From the Page. My team, Silver Snakes, we have myself at Cats and Novel Adventures. We have Sarah at Thrills and Kills Booktube. And we have April on Instagram at Apple and Alchemy. Team Purple Parrots, we have Katrina at Katrina Brown, Kelly at Kelly Hooked on Books, and Amy at Amy Noel Reads. Now time for the prompts. Keep in mind, even if you just do one activity for Old School April, you have participated. You can make this whole Readathon, Watchathon, Nostalgiathon very flexible for yourself. You, again, determine what you want to do. Now, keep in mind, you can read or watch something that fulfills a couple of the prompts. You can double dip and triple dip, no problem. And you can even double dip and triple dip for points. You can count any prompt that you complete. If you use the same book or the same movie for, you can count them each for a point. Let's go over the Readathon prompts first. There are 9 prompts plus a bonus prompt. Prompt number 1 is read any Goosebumps book or read a book that fits the theme or vibe of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Publishing year doesn't matter. Prompt number 2 is to read any horror book published or set in the 80s, or read a middle grade or YA published or set in the 80s. Prompt number 3 is to read an animal attack book. Publishing year doesn't matter. Prompt number 4 is nostalgic technology. Read a book featuring older technology on the cover or in the story. Think cassettes, tube TV, arcade machines, VHS tapes, Walkman, radio, Polaroid pictures, a typewriter, corded telephone. Publishing year doesn't matter. Prompt number 5 is a mood read. Read a book that is published in or set in 2003 or earlier, or a book with a retro vibe. Prompt number 6, read a Fear Street book, a Point horror book, or a Christopher Pike book. Prompt number 7 is Teen Witch. Read a book with magic, magical elements, magical items, wizards, sorcerers, witches, cursed objects, occult or supernatural elements, etc. Publishing year doesn't matter. Prompt number 8, read any horror book published in the 90s, or read a middle grade or YA book published or set in the 90s. Prompt number 9 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Read a story or book with a female protagonist, or a book or story written by a woman. Publishing year doesn't matter. And the bonus or replacement prompt, you can use this to replace any prompt, or if you want to be an overachiever, read a book with neon on the cover. Publishing year doesn't matter. I must mention, for those of you participating in the team event, that for each prompt that you complete, you earn a point or a temple pendant. Here are the 9 Watchathon prompts. Each completed prompt earns 1 point or 1 temple pendant. Let's begin. Prompt number 1 is to watch a Goosebumps episode. Prompt number 2 is to watch an 80s horror movie. Prompt number 3 is to watch an episode of any 90s Nickelodeon show or watch a Nickelodeon movie. Prompt number 4 is to watch a movie or TV show episode set in the 80s or 90s, or watch a newer adaptation of an old school movie, show, or book. Prompt number 5 is a mood watch. You can watch anything from 2003 or earlier. Prompt number 6 is to watch an episode of any Disney Channel show or a Disney Channel movie from the 90s or early 2000s, but nothing that was released after 2003. Prompt number 7 is to watch any 80s movie or TV show episode. Prompt number 8 is to watch any 90s horror movie. And prompt number 9 is to watch any 90s movie or TV show episode. Old School April also has some bonus prompts that are going to be very fun. They are going to be extra activities that you can earn some extra points towards your team. So here are just a couple. I believe that there are 20 prompts. I'm not going to read all 20 prompts. You can find all of them on Old School April's Discord channel. And then also I encourage you to watch Kelsi's video on slime and slashers because she goes into much more detail than I'm going through here on my channel. So some of the bonus prompts that I think are pretty cool is that you can read any host rec. And I recommended for my book, I recommended Ready Player One. It takes place in the future, but it has lots of 80s vibes in it. And if you have not read Ready Player One, I highly recommend it. It is awesome. Another bonus prompt is to watch any of the host recommendations. And I recommend 2 movies, and that is The Lost Boys as well as The Breakfast Club. Both movies took place in the 80s. If you participate in Six Sad April on Instagram, that's another way that you can earn prompts. I'm sorry, not prompts, points. If you eat or drink a nostalgic snack or beverage, you can earn a point. And if you play a game that you used to play as a kid, I'm going to actually have a game night with Kelsi. I know that we're in opposing teams, but we're gonna do this together because we love doing all kinds of stuff together. And we will each earn points for our respective teams, even though we'll be hanging out together that evening. Now keep in mind that some of the prompts, Kelsi has limited how many points you can earn for them because otherwise people might sit there and eat tons of Dunkaroos and other candies, Airheads, whatever from their nostalgic time as a kid, and earn lots of points. So you have to be a little bit realistic about the max points for some of these bonus prompts. I feel like I need to do a little bit of a recap because I have thrown lots of information out to you on this announcement video. Old School April is going to take place throughout the entire month of April. We're going to be kicking off with a live stream on Kelsi's channel on April the 1st. And it is going to include a readathon, a watchathon, and some bonus prompts. There's a team event. You can join one of the 3 teams. I highly recommend Silver Snakes, so you could join with me. And there are going to be all kinds of activities throughout the month on Discord. There are going to be watch parties, live streams, and sprints from all the hosts throughout the month. Also, check out Discord because they will have graphics to post whatever you read or what you've watched. There's printables, I should say, that if you want to keep track of everything, if you're old school like me and like paper and pencil, there is tons of information on Discord. Now, if you don't do Discord, I recommend watching everyone's videos to get as much information as you can. We will also be sharing recommendation videos of what we think would be great for both books and movies. We'll also have some TBR videos of what we're doing and maybe some videos about what we're going to be watching. I know several of us are on Letterboxd and listing all of our movies that we'll be watching for Old School April. So I would just recommend, keeping your eyes open throughout the month of March because all of that stuff will be shown on BookTube at some point as we're getting closer to the Old School April event. I also want to remind you that we do have Old School April on Instagram, and anything that you post for Old School April, please use the hashtags Old School April 23 or Old School April so we can see what you're up to. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching my announcement video for Old School April. I hope that you want to spend some time in April with me as well as the other co-hosts. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you decide to join in on the team events, remember, silver snakes, silver snakes. In the meantime, stay amazing and be adventurous. And join Old School April.